Hello everyone, there is going to be two videos today. First up, there is going to be my prediction video for NXT TakeOver War Games later tonight and Survivor Series tomorrow. That's going up later this afternoon. But this is a very important topic we need to discuss because most of my viewers are expecting me to discuss this. So I do want to be fair to those viewers who are expecting the important news regarding what happened on the Long Island Railroad last night. And if you are not aware of it, maybe because, I don't know, maybe you were out last night because, hello, we have two movies out this weekend, or, Friday night out in the town. You didn't know what happened until maybe this morning or you're first hearing it from me. But last night we had a derailment on the Long Island Railroad east of Jamaica. So Alfonso Castillo has in fact written an article on Newsday.com, so big kudos to him, because many of you know when I talk about the Long Island Railroad, my first source is of course Newsday. So if it wasn't for Alfonso, then I don't have anything to deliver to you guys. So here's what the lead article says, and of course the picture I'm going to show you all will be the thumbnail for this video, so you get an idea of what this train was. But here's what we know. The Derailed Long Island Railroad train to be cleared away sometime later today. Repairs to be done before AM peak service starts on Monday morning. So hopefully when AM peak starts at 6 a.m. on Monday, none of this should be an issue, and hopefully the rail should be fixed. Now, I can't show you another picture here because, again, I have the JavaScript turned off. My dad was supposed to help us create a Newsday.com account, but apparently we don't have one yet, even though we do get the paper on Sundays. Alright, so here's a picture of the derailed train. As you can see here, this was 150th Street in Jamaica. Looks like it's close to Brewer Boulevard, but I can't make any assumptions. Okay, so here's what we know right now. A Long Island Railroad train that derailed near Jamaica Station last night should be cleared away before Saturday afternoon, giving crews ample time to make the necessary repairs before the Monday morning rush, Long Island Railroad officials said. At a news conference at Jamaica, Long Island Railroad Senior Vice President of Operations Rod Brooks said rare repair crews worked through the night since two cars of a Babylon-bound train came shortly off the rail shortly before 9:30 p.m. on Friday night, which was last night, 22nd. There were no injuries on the electric train, which was moving about 13 miles per hour and carrying about 400 passengers, according to the Long Island Railroad. Brooks said, "We'll be working around the clock to get the equipment re-railed. We expect to have that completely, hopefully sometime this morning. There should be no incident to have any further impacts on Long Island Railroad service, which was running on schedule earlier this morning, and as of now, there's no issues. There was a temporary suspension of service through Jamaica Friday night and widespread delays." I'm trying to make sure I can get the right part here. Although the Long Island Railroad has not determined what caused the derailment, Brooks said crews have discovered a broken rail at the scene. However, Brooks said it was not yet known whether the broken rail was a cause or an effect of the incident. The 5-foot-long segment of rail was last inspected on Friday afternoon, hours before the derailment, Brooks said. Brooks said, "We will go through an exhaustive evaluation and investigation process. We will leave no stone unturned." Okay, so thankfully, we know that passengers on board the derailed train waited about 2 hours to be evacuated onto another rescue train. NTA police responded, the NYPD and FDNY. They had to shut off power to the third electrified rail at Jamaica. And thankfully, if it wasn't mentioned in this article, but I can confirm that at the press conference, they confirmed that there was, thankfully, no injuries, no deaths. That's my main priority out of this. Just as long as nobody was seriously injured or killed. That's the main thing here. So, we're not going to get into it more, but I want to give you more details of what train this was, so that way we have an idea of what specifically happened last night through Twitter. This was the tweet the Long Island Railroad sent out last night. So, the train involved was the 8:56 p.m. eastbound train from New York Penn Station due to Babylon, Suffolk County at 10:11 p.m. This train derailed just east of Jamaica. Thankfully, this wasn't anywhere near Hollis. That's the good thing. At least it wasn't anywhere near Hollis, because then the situation would have just been complicated in that sense. So again, no injuries. That's the good thing. So lastly, I just want to show you this picture of the derailed train, and I'll show you the source of the picture. Might as well before we go full screen. I'll show you the source. So, this user, FartgateSG-1, at the hipster Reby, tweeted this picture. He was on this train, and it shows that it was definitely derailed from here. That's a very scary situation, because I know for a fact from this picture, this train definitely derailed. Because I know for a fact that I've been taking the railroad now for the past year. And I can tell you that every time I've gone in between cars, especially most cases when I have to exit to get near a platform, or most cases when I need to switch cars to use the bathroom, this is not normal. I can tell you that right now. This must have been a very scary situation for everybody. But again, I'm just glad nobody was seriously injured or killed, because that's the main thing here. If somebody was injured or killed, this would be awful. But again, this has to be brought up at the committee meeting next month. That's for sure. Philip Bang has to bring this up next month. And I'm sorry, Catherine Rinaldi. I'm calling you out. I'm sorry, Susan Metzner. You need to let the Long Island Railroad lead off first at Joint Metro North Long Island Railroad Committee meeting. Even though I like to hear President Rinaldi's report, I want to hear the Long Island Railroad speak first. And I'm sorry to yell, but this is an emergency. And I'm also calling out State Senator Todd Kaminsky from Long Beach. He needs to start a committee on Long Island Railroad safety, because this is not right, okay? This could have happened on any other line of the railroad. And I'm annoyed. Of course I'm going to be angry. I'm just glad this didn't end up the way I thought it would have. But still, very unacceptable that this had to happen last night. You know, this makes me upset. And especially how I have to use the railroad on Monday from Penn. So, I don't know how this makes me even feel about riding the railroad. But this isn't going to deter me from riding it ever again, because I have to use the Long Island Railroad. So what would be the point? So, I sorry about that little rant, but, you know, I'm just mad. I'm just very mad that, you know, people are just oblivious and don't realize the big picture here, that, you know, this could happen again. You need to be on guard, is all I'm saying. So, I think with that, I'm going to get going. Thank you all for watching. And, again, I just want to thank Matt Camper for covering it last night. That's who I really need to thank for covering it. I want to thank WCBS 2 for covering it. I want to thank WABC 7 for covering this. They were the only sources that covered it last night. Shame on 4, shame on 5, and shame on 11. But also, a big kudos to New York 1. I want to thank them too. They actually covered it. And News 12, even though they didn't cover it last night, they gave a 2-minute report this morning. So big kudos to News 12 for doing a 2-minute report on this. So, till the next one, please take care.